Have you ever felt a shiver down your spine in the dead of night? That unsettling feeling that you're being watched by something not quite human? Tonight, we're diving deep into the abyss of the unknown, exploring chilling footage that might just prove the legends are real. We're talking about skinwalkers, the shape-shifting entities from Navajo folklore, and some of the most terrifying encounters ever caught on camera. Brace yourselves, because what you're about to see will challenge everything you thought you knew about the world after dark. First up, we have a clip from a remote ranch in Arizona. The owner installed a new security system after several of his livestock went missing under bizarre circumstances. He expected to catch a coyote or maybe a mountain lion. What he recorded instead is pure nightmare fuel. The timestamp reads 3:03 a.m. Out of the darkness, a figure emerges. At first, it looks like a large dog, maybe a wolf, moving stealthily across the property. But then, it stops. It stands up on two legs, its limbs unnaturally long and thin. Its head swivels to look directly at the camera, its eyes glowing with an eerie, faint light. It then drops back to all fours and scurries away into the night with impossible speed. The rancher, a man who has lived in the area his whole life, said he'd never seen any animal move like that. He believes it was a skinwalker, drawn by his livestock. Our next piece of evidence comes from a home security camera in a quiet suburban neighborhood in New Mexico. A family had been hearing strange scratching noises on their roof and walls for weeks, always between 3 and 4 a.m. They thought it was raccoons or squirrels. The footage shows something far more sinister. Its limbs are bent at impossible angles, and its long, dark hair hangs over its face, obscuring its features. It methodically taps on the window of the master bedroom before scuttling down the side of the house and vanishing into the shadows. The family moved out a month later, unable to shake the feeling of being hunted in their own home. They shared the video online as a warning to others. What could it be? The movements are too fluid for a person in a costume, and its anatomy defies any known animal. Now, let us look at this dashcam footage from a truck driver on a lonely stretch of highway in Utah, a notorious hotspot for paranormal activity. It's late, around 3:15 a.m. The road is empty. Suddenly, something darts out in front of the truck. The driver slams on the brakes. Standing in the headlights is a creature that looks like a severely emaciated deer, but its front legs are oddly long and almost arm-like. As the driver honks the horn, the creature doesn't run away like a normal animal. Instead, it rears up on its hind legs, lets out a sound that the driver described as a distorted human scream, and then bolts into the desert on 2 feet, running faster than any human possibly could. The driver was so shaken, he refused to drive that route at night ever again. He's convinced he narrowly avoided a collision with something ancient and malevolent. This next clip is particularly disturbing. It was captured by a Moshi-activated trail cam set up by a hunter deep in a forest in the Four Corners region. The camera was intended to track deer patterns. For several nights, it captured nothing but the usual forest critters. Then, one night at exactly 3:33 a.m., the camera triggers. The image is grainy, but what it shows is unmistakable. A lanky, humanoid figure with pale skin is seen hunched over the carcass of a deer. It appears to be feeding, but the most horrifying part is its face. It turns towards the camera flash, and for a split second, you can see a distorted, elongated face with hollow eye sockets and a jaw that seems to be unhinged. It then melts back into the darkness. When the hunter returned to check his camera and retrieve the footage, he found the deer carcass picked clean, the bones scattered in a way that no natural predator would. Finally, we have a CCTV recording from a gas station on the edge of the Navajo Nation. The attendant was working the overnight shift when he heard a tapping on the glass. He thought it was a customer, but the store was empty. He checked the security monitor. Standing just outside the door, in the pale glow of the station's lights, was a tall, skeletal figure wrapped in what looked like an animal hide. Its face was shadowed, but you could see it mimicking the attendant's movements, tapping on the glass in perfect sync with his own nervous tapping on the counter. The attendant, who grew up hearing the stories, immediately locked himself in the back room and called for help. By the time law enforcement arrived, the figure was gone, but they found strange, elongated tracks in the dust that were neither human nor animal. These stories and videos are more than just campfire tales. They are glimpses into a world that operates by a different set of rules. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, you have to admit this footage is deeply unsettling. Are these elaborate hoaxes, cases of mistaken identity, or are we truly seeing evidence of the legendary The witching hour, especially around 3 a.m., seems to be when the veil between our world and theirs is at its thinnest. What do you think? Have you ever experienced anything like this? Let us know in the comments below. Stay safe, keep your cameras rolling, and maybe don't go for a walk in the woods after midnight. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more terrifying true stories. See you next time.